So I'm based at People's Museum, the home of ideas worth fighting for in Manchester. Now we're dedicated to telling the story of the working classes in all the stories that we tell of all the incredible people over the last 200 years. And even in our permanent collection of suffrage material that's on display, we don't just look at the very classic Pankhurst perceptions that we've seen over the last sort of 20, 30 years. And the image here is Hannah Mitchell's kitchen, which is a direct replica of Hannah Mitchell's kitchen in Manchester, which we've set up to portray the story of the working class suffragettes. So on the basis of that, we wanted to go forward into our exhibition in 2018 and carry on telling that story. And there's just some of our Pankhurst, our suffrage collection as well. Now, our exhibition this year is Represent Voices 100 Years On. And again, we were dedicated to bringing out these unheard and hidden histories from behind the Pankhurst face that's dominated public history and memory, particularly in heritage organisations. So how would we do that? Well, we decided to use the exhibition as a way to conjoin the two timelines of 1918 and 2018 and look at contemporary and modern activists today and how they marry up with the voices of 1918, the Representation of the People Act, and the women who fought before. So we were doing this really successfully. We were bringing out the voices of women like Ellen Wilkinson, Margaret Ashton, Selina Cooper, Lydia Becker, Eva Gore-Booth, and some of the many, many women who we've heard across all the talks and seminars today. And then something really extraordinary happened in summer. Elizabeth Crawford brought to our attention that the WSPU Manchester banner had appeared at auction, and it had been lost in a Leeds charity shop for 10 years before. So after a lot of successful crowdfunding, we got the banner into our collection. But after spending the whole time curating this exhibition challenging the Pankhurst perception, I'm going to do exactly the same thing that I'm doing on that picture. This banner became a media sweetheart, and the People's History Museum, who we were quite famous, we became a voice champion, working class suffrage campaigners, suddenly became the place to go to talk about Emmeline Pankhurst. And we wondered how we could challenge that, and we realised it was all through interpretation and getting new voices in. Now, the banner message, as you can see, is first in the fight, founded by Mr. Pankhurst. So the interpretation that we've given of this to our audiences is to say, Manchester was first in the fight. We use this to talk about Lydia Becker and Selina Cooper and the early suffrage societies that started in Manchester. The banner has the message of Mrs. Pankhurst on it. It puts her right in that sort of centrepiece. But we use it to look at the working class suffragette who ended up owning this banner and whose family had been kept it hidden all of these years. And we talk about that working class suffragette who we don't know loads about, who was a foot soldier. And this isn't me being tantalising, but we will be revealing more about the family in the exhibition. And so we're using the banner, we're taking the sort of the message that's on the front, and we're interpreting it so that we are seeing more and more working class histories taken from what you can say is the most sort of stereotypical suffragette imagery you can ever see. Through this banner, and I'm sorry, I'm very speeding through my talking, but through this banner we're trying to give the message to our audiences that women didn't come alive in Nelson Street in 1903. They'd been active for so long before that. And with the help of the voices that we hear at conferences like this, from our own visitors, from activists and historians we work with, we can bring those voices to life, take them forward into 2018, and take them forward into the legacy of 2018 as well.